Now this has to be the worst building experience of my life. This is just a terrible, terrible building experience. It is the worst. What is up, Stud Squad? It is I, Logan, or Republic Studs, and welcome back to this review of the LEGO Star Wars R2-D2 UCS set. This is set 75308. It came out in 2021, which is this year, and it came with 2,314 pieces. And I have a lot of thoughts on this set. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now, first off, obviously this box, we'll start off with that, it's huge. This box is ridiculous. Now, this set is retailing right now for $200. I got it on May the 4th, and it is quite an interesting one. I paid with it for this one. I got it with my own money, and I will say this is a pain in the butt to build. Like, before I want to get into anything, the build was incredibly painful. The technique inside was extremely confusing. The instructions were extremely unclear, and I hope LEGO does, like, they fix this in some way, because it is just not workable, certain sections of it, that make the entire rest of the build confusing. And I felt myself multiple times having to take stuff apart and rebuild it in certain ways, and I, it's a pain to take apart Technic, and you never want to take that apart, especially when it's not bagged properly or whatever, so that is gonna suck. And I'm going to cover that a bit more at the end of this review. But if you're watching, please remember to smash that subscribe button. And I'm going to do a little quick review, and then I'll be back to talk more about stuff like the boxes and all that. Okay, so here is the box for the R2-D2 UCS set. Now, this thing is tall. And when I say tall, it is huge. I mean, for instance, you will put even the R2-D2 minifigure right there. I mean, guys, it's a little too big. It's like almost as tall as me. Just kidding. I actually have to stand up to show you this. But so first off, you have a nice little angle of R2 just kind of looking sideways. I like that. You even have the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary logo. Back here, you have all the details. You have him in Episode 1, Episode 4, and Episode 9. You get all these nice little details of all of his features. You get this nice logo, actually, I really like. I believe this logo is from the anniversary. They did one for the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. They did a book. I think it's called, 40 Years of Star Wars or something. I actually read that one. And then, yeah, you get the same sort of thing. Bottom text, nothing extraordinarily exciting, but it certainly is a giant box. And here is R2. R2 looks fantastic. So I think we'll work our way from the legs up, or the struts, as they call them in Star Wars Rebels. So yes, we'll start there. So first up, we have this side. It's the same as the other side, so I'll only do the one. You start off with these nice, pipeline things. I don't know exactly what they're called. You'll see them both here. It looks very nice. I love the little detailing up here. The bricks look great, and it's overall a fantastic build. I will try my best to hold this up, but you get this nice little structure down here. This little, I don't even know what to call that. Then you move it over, and you will notice you get this nice, just all-around great detailing on the strut. You flip it around, you have all of that. It's the same on both sides. Now let's get into, obviously, the really cool features. So now I would like to show you how to essentially pick him up and get out the third leg. So what you're going to want to do is lift him up. You'll see those little Technic pieces open, and then you will kind of angle him, and you will just kind of, loosely touch it, and it will come loose very easily. And like that, you have R2 all handy-dandy. He has his third leg, which looks very nice, might I add. I think the only thing I could have asked for with this is maybe if they covered and plated this up a little bit. It just kind of looks a little awkward, but I do like the way they covered it in. The only problem I see is, when you're moving it around and it does wobble, you do see the leg down there wobble, which just isn't the thing you see happen to R2-D2. Now, we'll move up the side, and you'll notice I kind of had a problem building, so some of the plates will look a little separated. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so you'll notice all this nice detailing with the fan. And then we'll move up here. This is one of my favorites. I love the way they did this. I absolutely love the way they did his little arms and hands. I was the one who actually talked about this earlier on. I was, I think, one of the first people to break it. I think I might have been. I don't know. But it looks great. We're going to push those back in. And then here we have my favorite. Now, the problem I have with these features before we get into them, and I'm sure many of you already know, is this sticks out. So it only works when you have them in. So I wish it was like one of those things where it's like it worked if you had it in, but when you wanted it out, you had to like pull it because then you're just using play features anyway. But anyway, so what you're going to want to do is essentially push out or pull out on that back one, and you're going to push it out, and you get R2's little electronic hacker thing. So this is what he shoves in to the wall when he needs to hack an object or a ship. I also love this little detailing here, the greebling. That was a fun build. And then you push that back in, and then at the same time, you could do this one, and you get his little arm. So if you need him to like grab a pad, or if you want him to, hack someone or something, that could be fun. R2 is great in that respect. And oops, I just had a thing drop off. Now it is finally time to talk about the head brick built thing. So this is beautiful. First off, I love the way they did Captain America's shield as R2's eye. That's like the way that's the mold they use specifically. It looks great. You have all these different colors. I think it works really well. Obviously, a nice feature we have is back here, where you can simply lift up the antenna and you basically twist it around so it locks into place. And, yeah, I've had a bit of a problem with this. So if anyone else has had a problem keeping it up, I want to keep it up, but it's just, it's tough. So yeah, you get it to go up a little bit. I feel like it should have been able to go up a tiny bit more. It barely goes up. It's very difficult. You just see it peek over his head, his little thing, which is kind of nice. His little, I don't even know what to call that. And then yeah. So next up we have one of my favorite features. This one is the Luke's lightsaber one. Now, the only problem I have with this is, first of all, I think this should have probably been a flip-up thing. Second of all, I wish there was a feature where you could, like, slide it up. Like, from the bottom, you just, like, push it up, and then, boom, Luke's lightsaber flies out. But yeah, so we have a nice little build of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. I honestly think this is great. And if you want to put in, like, I guess make your own, like, custom Anakin's one, or if you want to make Obi-Wan's, because R2 did technically shoot those out in the Clone Wars. So in the Clone Wars, he shot out Anakin's, I know that for a fact, in the Prisoner's arc. But yeah, now let's talk a little bit more about him. That is essentially every feature you could think of with this figure. It is great. I love it in terms of the bit. Now here is an awesome part that LEGO really knocked out of the park here, and it is the R2-D2 plaque. So you have all the manufacturer information. Ironically, it doesn't have where he's from. He's from Naboo, so fun fact. So yeah, it says spacecraft linkage, arm controls, universal computer interface arm, buzzsaw, third tread, retractable. They didn't include the plug-in thing, or actually maybe that's spacecraft linkage, which I think would have actually been a great feature to, tie in, because, each of these little features were shown in a different trilogy. What I also would have liked to see, by the way, on a side note, is the little arm thrusters, like the side thrusters. That would have been fantastic. And then finally, we have over here the R2-D2 figure. Nothing exciting. They should have done something cool there. And then you also get this custom print of the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. Now, that's great to use, just around as like a little homage. I really, really appreciate that. So now I actually want to talk about my thoughts on the build. So, first off, it looks gorgeous. I really, really like the way it looks. Now that I've got that out of the way, oh my gosh, this was such a painful build. I had so many problems building this. There were just so many dilemmas, like where certain Technic pieces just wouldn't fit right. The instructions were extraordinarily unclear. They needed better close-up shots of how to insert Technic pieces. They should have ordered it in a better manner. They just did not, because you had to kind of fidget your way in to the Technic. It was just not fun. The Technic was honestly awful. It was some of the worst LEGO building I've ever had to endure. And I built the UCS Falcon. This was harder than the UCS Falcon in some areas. It was really, really difficult. And if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to LEGO building, this was tough. This was very tough. And honestly, that's why I'm going to give this number ranking as a 7 out of 10. It looks fantastic. Its price for piece ratio is really good. The display stand you get with it is nice. The presentation of it is fantastic. I don't believe I covered the instructions that much, but you do feel like you're getting a quality instruction. Like they have stuff on R2-D2 here. They have all of the different things. You learn all about him. You have all of the fun stuff with Kenny Baker and all that, and it feels like a premium service and a premium build that you'd want to put on display. And this is something I know I'm going to keep on display for as long as I can. It's just a painful build. Honestly, that is the biggest problem I have with this one. Now that we got that out of the way and I've saw that and why the set's basically a 7 out of 10 for me, I wanted to show you basically it alongside some other characters. So like here he is alongside BB-8. Pretty size accurate. It works. I really, really like this. I love this little combo with them. That looks so adorable. I wish they actually did Dio the right size, which would be about this tall. But besides that, that would look great. Like, you know, and having even Yoda, I have Yoda down here. I'm sure it would probably be about the same size, like that, about size accurate to what R2 is. And I wonder if LEGO works within that certain realm of possibility with some of these. I know they certainly didn't with Dio. Again, he was super oversized of a figure. Like, he's like this tall. That's why I didn't buy him. But I honestly think if you do have BB-8, or if you do have even Yoda possibly, or a Porg, these will go beautifully together. This will go fantastically on display. You know, with my philosophy with LEGO Star Wars, I'm not going to probably hold on to the playsets forever. Some stuff I will want to hold on to and that you can hold on to for your whole life. Because eventually you're going to outgrow the, you know, playset style. But this is something you could hold on to and display in an office or display in a home and it will look normal. Like, this is a nice looking, cool display piece. And I think that is the real benefit of something like this, and it's iconic. So you could have someone walk into your room or into a special area or room or whatever, and you could be like, that could be a conversation piece. It's just a neat little product here. So I will recommend it in that regard. And honestly, I have so many more thoughts, and I cannot possibly articulate them all in this video. But I certainly would give this a 7 out of 10. I think it's worth a pickup if this is something you're looking for. If not, then definitely don't pick it up, especially because of the building technique. And if you are not, like, an experienced builder, do not get this. This is going to cause you a world of pain, at least in my opinion. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the other things. I'll see you on the next one. Remember to peace out, and stay awesome.